Good morning, students. Welcome to online class. Students, today we are going to read the chapter with the title Human Development. So this is the fourth chapter from Unit 2 from the book Fundamentals of Human Geography. So what is the topic, students? That is human development. And in this chapter we are going to cover all these topics. The topics are human development, concepts, selected indicators, international comparisons, growth and development, their meaning and difference, four pillars of human development. These are the four pillars: equity, sustainability, productivity and empowerment. Now approaches to human development. These are the four approaches of human development: income approach, welfare approach, basic needs approach and capacity approach. So these topics we are going to cover in our today's video. So students, as you know, the topic is about human development. But before going to study about human development or what is meant by human development, first of all you should know what is meant by development or what development is meant, or what is development. Define development. So students, development means growth of economy along with the improvement in the quality of life of the people, like health, education, etc., is called development. I repeat the definition once again. Development means growth of economy along with the improvement in the quality of life of the people, like health, education, etc., is called development. Now, sometimes students get confused regarding development and growth. Which is the narrow concept and which is the broad concept? So which comes first? Which comes next? What is growth? What is development? So there is a lot of confusion is there. So students, now I am telling about growth. What is meant by economic growth or what is meant by growth? It is the quantitative and value neutral. Growth is always quantitative and value neutral. It may be positive result, it may be giving positive results, and or it may also give negative results. So growth may be positive or negative. It is a quantitative and also value neutral. Now coming to development. Development is nothing but improvement in qualitative change. Whereas growth, what I told, quantitative change. Whereas development, qualitative change, which is always value positive in nature. Which is always value positive in nature. Now coming back to our main topic, that is human development or concept of human development. Professor Mahbub ul Haq, I repeat, Professor Mahbub ul Haq and Amartya Sen both gave this concept human development. First Mahbub ul Haq, next Amartya Sen. Amartya Sen is a famous economist of India, is an Indian economist and the Nobel Prize winner in 1997. Okay, so These are the two economists come professors who have given the concept. Now, what is the concept of human development? Listen, students. The concept of human development was actually introduced by Mehboob ul Haq and Amartya Sen. Human development is a process. It is a process of enlarging people's choices. Human development is a process of enlarging human choices or people choices and raising the level of their well-being. I repeat once again, human development is a process of enlarging human choices and raising their level of well-being. Second point, people can live a meaningful life. People can live a meaningful life with some purpose. Life with some purpose. People must be healthy, develop their talents, participate in a society, and be free to achieve their goal. So this is the concept of human development. Now, coming to what are the four pillars of, before that we will go growth and development. What is the difference between growth and development? Students, to understand the difference between growth and development, you have to frame in tabular form. First I'll tell about growth, then I'll tell about development. Already we studied the definitions. Now growth and development difference. First, growth. Growth is always quantitative in nature and value neutral. Growth is always quantitative in nature and value neutral. It may have both positive and negative signs. It may have both positive sign and negative sign. This means that the change may be either positive or negative. In growth, positive changes may be positive or negative. It value neutral. It always depends on quantitative change. Now, whereas development, come to the next one, development. Development means a qualitative change which is always positive. I repeat, development always deals with the qualitative change along with it always results in what? Positive. It means the development cannot take place unless there is an increment and or addition to the existing conditions. That means whenever there is some increment in the present conditions, that can be termed as what? Development. So development always deals about qualitative change, always positive nature. Whenever there is some increment and improvement or in addition to the existing conditions is called development. Development occurs when positive growth. Development occurs when there is positive growth takes place. Development occurs when positive growth takes place. It occurs when there is positive change in quality also. So with this, what we come to know, first growth will come, then development. Growth followed by development. Now coming back to our next one, 4 pillars of human development. What are the 4 pillars of human development? Listen students, very important. It will be asked for you for 3 more questions in the examination. So listen carefully. There are 4 pillars of human development. Okay, namely equity, sustainability, productivity and empowerment. Students, here most students what I found here instead of equity they are writing equality. So don't do that one. You write equity, sustainability, productivity and empowerment. So these 4 are the 4 pillars of human development. Now I'll explain the meaning of each pillar. What does equity stands for, or what is meant by equity? Equity means equal opportunities available to everybody. Equity means equal opportunities available to everybody. Equal opportunities available to everybody irrespective of gender, race, caste, creed, color, sex, language and religion. In case of India, or I can say, in case of India, women and low caste people drop out the school is more. The dropouts from schools are more in India, especially the girl child, mostly in rural areas. Now, second is sustainability. This one. What does sustainability means? Sustainability means continuity in availability of resources. Continuity in availability of resources to each generation and must have equal opportunities. I repeat, sustainability means what? Continuity in availability of resources. Each generation must have equal opportunities. Now, productivity. What does productivity stands for? Productivity in terms of labor productivity here. Productivity means what? In terms of labor productivity. It should be constantly enriched. Labor productivity can be enriched through training, skills, education, etc. So productivity in terms of labor productivity, it should be constantly enriched. And the last one is empowerment. Giving power. Empowerment, giving power. What does empowerment stands for? To have power to make decisions. To have power to make decisions, increasing freedom and capability. Increasing freedom and capability for good governance. For good governance and government policies. I repeat, empowerment means what? To have power to make decisions. Giving power to all the people to take decisions. Increasing freedom and capability. Next one, good governance and good government policies. All these four will come under empowerment. Now students, we are moving to our next one, that is approaches to human development. What are the approaches to human development? Students, there are four approaches to study human development. There are four approaches to study human development. They are income approach, welfare approach, basic needs approach and capability approach. So through these four approaches we can study about human development. Now I'll explain one by one. Income approach. It is the oldest method. Income approach is the oldest method. Levels of income leads to development. Levels of income leads to development. So I repeat once again, income approach is the oldest method of approach to study human development. The levels of income leads to development. It tells about the levels of income leads to development. Now second is welfare approach. So what does welfare approach stands for? Higher the expenditure on education, health and other amenities by the government. Whenever the government is spending more and more money on public welfare schemes, for example health, education and civic amenities, through that also we can study about what? Human development. Next one, basic needs approach. Basic needs approach, it was introduced by ILO, International Labour Organization, which studies about the welfare of the laborers all over the world. It is one of the specialized agency of UNO. So this basic needs approach was given by ILO, and there are total 6 basic needs are there. How many basic needs? 6 are there. Total 6 are there. Health, education, food, water supply, sanitation and housing. I repeat, health, education, food, water supply, sanitation and housing. These are the 6 basic needs which was declared by ILO. Now last one is a capability approach. So what does capability approach tells about? So this approach is associated with Professor Amartya Sen. This capability approach was associated with Professor Amartya Sen. Okay, access to education and health facilities. Access to health facilities and education was stressed in this capability approach. Through this approach also we can study about human development. Now students, we will learn about this measuring of human development. How to measure human development? Important topic. So human development, measuring of human development, yes. Human Development Index, HDI, Human Development Index, ranks the countries based on their performance. It ranks the countries based on performance. I mean, HDI ranks all the countries based on their performance in the key areas of health, education and access to resources. So health, education and access to resources, based on these 3 things, HDI always giving ranking to all the countries in the world. These ranking are based on a score between 0 to 1. The score is between 0 to 1. The ranks are given that a country earns from its record in the key areas of human development. Human Development Index, HDI, measures attainment in human development. It measures the attainment of human development. HDI always measures human development. HDI always measures human development. It reflects what has been achieved in the key areas of human development. HDI records what are the achievements made in all these 3 key areas. Human Poverty Index is related to the Human Development Index. This index measures the shortfalls in human development. Clear, students? Now coming to international comparisons. So size of the country and per capita income are not directly related to human development. Size of the country and per capita income, PCI, are not related directly to human development. Like for example, Sri Lanka and Trinidad is one of the small island country in Caribbean Sea, in West Indies. Trinidad, Sri Lanka and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago, these are the small, this is the small country in Caribbean Sea in West Indies. So Sri Lanka, Trinidad and Tobago have higher rank than India in human development. India is a vast country. When compared to Sri Lanka, our size is very big, vast territorial extent. But in comparison to human development, Sri Lanka is better. Compared to Sri Lanka, the Trinidad and Tobago, both countries, that country is what? Better. Now, there are 4 groups of HDI. Number 1, very high, medium, low. Very high, medium, low. So the HDI score range I am telling, above 0.8. The range of HDI score, above 0.8, and countries as per HDI report in 2018 I am telling. Listen, very high are those countries whose HDI score is above 0.8, and there are total 59 countries are there. Total 59 countries who are above the they're developed. The range is very good because the score is HDI score is 0.8. Now high means what? 0.7012 to 0.799. 0.7012 0.799. This is the range. In this category, there are 53 countries are there as per HDA report. Now, medium 0.550 to 0.700, 0.550 to 0.700. In this category, in this range, there are 39 countries are there in the world as per HDA report. And low countries below 0.549, below 0.549 the range, and there are 38 countries are there. Okay, students. So this is about today's topic, that is human development. The concept is given by Mahbub Haq. We have studied what is development, what is growth, what is development, difference between development and growth. We have studied about that concept of human development, who has given 4 pillars of human development, approach of human development, measuring of human development, comparison of the countries, and the score of human development. So this is the end of the chapter, students. Now we will come with another chapter in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you.